Hello everyone, and welcome to the SlyGolds Twitch channel. Today we're gonna be looking at Optimal Loot Round 2, and it's GemsWithin versus Baconman. And with me on the commentary I have Killa.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yep. It's the first match in Round 2, it's gonna be really exciting.
That's really
Are the runners ready already?
I'm ready whenever.
I am ready.
Yeah. Killa, do you wanna do the countdown?
Yeah, so since we're all ready, we'll start on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. And good luck to both runners.
Yeah, good luck. Okay, so we can see that Baconman is playing in Finnish.
And he's playing on PS2.
Yeah. Do we still think that Finnish is bad RNG? What do you say?
You know, I don't know, because it looks like I mean, how many people have we had run Finish? Like 3 or 2, I guess? I think Rude did, and so did Baconman. I'm not sure if Powerman did. I can't really remember.
Yeah,
But,
I think there was something like that, yeah.
It looks it looks a little you know, a little unfavorable, but you know, it's not like we have anybody running more than I think we've had English, Korean, and
Yeah, Nave is correct. Powerman did run English, yeah.
Korean. But
Okay, so
we've had
first
English
loot, we got a silver watch.
yeah, and we've got Baconman still running with the Murray strats, and Gems running with the Sly strats, mostly with the Gauntlet tech. And for me, I think that overall, consistently, I think that if you're a good Sly player, I think that's the way to go for loots. I think that
Yeah, exactly.
I think you can cover a lot more ground, but the issue is that you have to really manage your power meter.
Yeah,
And
I think like if you have played a lot of Gauntlet, you definitely are gonna play better with Sly in this tournament.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's just you cover so much more ground so much quicker than just being in ball form all the time. So that if you're really consistent with the movement, you're gonna be able to spawn a lot more guards and get a lot more loots, or at least hopefully get a lot more loots. But I think is really for the general players that you could still play Sly and be great even without doing the Gauntlet strats. You know, just having rocket boots or just being able to do a push boost. But playing as Murray just overall offers a lot of safety, I think, too. Just because, you know, you've got Temporal Lock, you've got the charge, you know, you got ball form. There's really not much else you can ask for.
Yeah, we've also seen 2 runs on emulator so far. Do you think emulator has any benefits versus console?
Other than the load time, which I think isn't that big of a deal a lot of the time, unless you're using reload code, which we have seen a few people use. But other than that, I'm not really sure. I haven't felt that there's way too much of a difference.
Yeah, I think if you're fast with the cheat codes, I feel like the emulator would be a better choice, but I don't know. It's really about RNG, everything.
Yeah, everything really does come down to RNG, which, you know, it's all we have.
The good thing with Sly also is that you can actually see some of the loot from the guards. You can do that with Murray.
Yeah, that's another really nice thing. And also, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell which guards have loot when you're playing Murray, because sometimes you pick them up and you think they have loot, and they don't. Or sometimes you pick them up and you just can't see the shine, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't really know how people see if a guard has the correct loot. Like sometimes you can see that, oh, okay, it's a ruby, it's not a diamond, but I feel like it's hard to see sometimes in the pockets.
Yeah, and it's really, like, to me, I think it's really cool that we can literally just look inside of a guard's pocket and just tell what's there, because some of these items are really hard to see in the pockets. I think so, at least. Especially
Yeah,
the
for sure.
pens. Because most of the pens look pretty much the same, so you just kind of have to see that it's a pen and just pull it, see if you get it.
There's a lot of silver watches today.
Yeah, lots of watches. I don't think we've even seen a pen yet. But I think we've seen watches and maybe some rings. But yeah, so looking for that golden pen. And I think the golden pen, or at least the first two loots, are the ones that are kind of rarely gotten so far.
Yeah, so far they seem to be the hardest ones, and definitely I would say EP2 is a little bit harder than EP1.
I think general consensus is pretty much at this point that episode 2 is just the worst to try to get the loot, since, you know, flashlight guards can hold.
Oh, we got a gold pen!
Oh, we
Let's
do get a
go.
gold pen, gems.
Congratulations, Gems. I actually looked at his stream here the other day, and he had really good luck in EP2, 3, and 4 with the RNG. And when it comes to EP2, we haven't really seen, or I don't think I've seen anyone get the gold medal in EP2. I missed one match, so I haven't seen all of them, but as far as I can remember, I haven't seen anyone get the gold medal. Someone in chat has to correct me on that one.
Yeah, me too, because I've watched all the matches so far, except for, I believe I missed part of, Rude's match. But, I still don't think... Oh, did Sly get gold medal? Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember watching, but I don't remember if anybody got that. But I know that every other loot has been gotten, at least so far, so... Apparently overall we have gotten all 5 loots, just, very rarely.
Yeah. So most of the times I would say that if you can't find a gold medal or like a gold pen in EP1, it seems most likely that you would skip the episode. Maybe loot 1 or 2 more guards if you have them nearby, but it doesn't seem worth it to just start looting after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I think that if you're really gonna, like, if you're dead set on skipping, that you really should just immediately skip as soon as it hits the 10 minutes. Or if you do have a couple guards near you, you can just check and see if they have loot, and if they do, you know, go for it. It might save you like 2.5 minutes, you know. But if you have to wait too long, I feel like the time disadvantage at that point just kind of doesn't help anymore, even if the other person does skip, because you're already that far behind too. Yeah, seeing as we have about 2.5 more minutes until Baconman can skip, let's see if maybe he can pull the gold pen, but it's not looking the best right now.
No, definitely not. And also, like, the gold bar in EP3 seems also, like, from time to time really hard to collect as well.
Yeah, and that I feel like has to do with the layout of the map, because it's really not that helpful to try to spawn guards around the spawn area right outside the hideout, because there's really not many spawn points there. And then even from there, you really only have one really good place to spawn guards, and that's over by the hangars. And it feels a little like, of course, it feels a little random whether you're even going to get any good spawns there, but that's really the best place, I think, to go and just try to farm spawns.
Yeah, so is it right that in in Sly 3, at least in EP2, it's only the flashlight guards that have like loots, or yeah.
It is so the ones that can have the optimal loot in this episode are the flashlight guards and the rooftop dingoes. So you have two sources, but I think if we're looking at it like statistically, I think it's much less common for the dingoes to actually, you know, have a good loot. But seeing as they both carry pretty much all the loots, it's not really... I wouldn't say there's much, like, that you can't prefer to, like, go after the rooftops, but I think it's easier to just traverse the ground instead of trying to go from rooftop to ground and, you know, back and forth and trying to get both guards. But there are some places where they do spawn on the ground, or at least close enough to the ground that I think it is beneficial to be able to go for them. But most of the time, I think most people would say that it's better to just go for the flashlights.
Yeah.
So as we're coming up on 10 minutes, Baconman can skip to the next episode. So let's see if he takes these last couple guards and sees if he gets the loot or not.
Yeah, they seem to like the watches. No, he's skipping.
Yeah, he's skipping, yeah.
That's a good choice, honestly.
Yeah, like I said, I think if you've got a couple guards, you can try to check maybe one or two, and then I really think that you gotta go after that, though, because you've already got that time difference in that 3 minutes that you're not gonna make up. Or at least, hopefully, you're gonna be able to make up with a quick loot somewhere.
So we have both of the runners in EP2 now. I don't know, looking at it now, it seems like Sly is like a really good choice in this episode. There's a lot of like cliffs and stuff in the way.
Yeah, he's got a lot of places where like all that gauntlet movement, all the push boosts and feral pounds really help. Just because it's such uneven terrain, like compared to, you know, 1 and 3. Those are like the really flat levels, I'd say, for the most part. I guess not even 1. Like, episode 1's kind of flat for the most part, but episode 3 is really flat. So, I see that as one of the places where the gauntlet stuff really does still help, because, of course, you just get a lot more movement. But there, playing as Murray, you don't have so many places where you can get caught up on anything, and, you know, you have to try to pull some, you know, some Murray tech to try to get across any gaps or anything like that. But, I think we've got about 3 to 4 more minutes, roughly, until Gems can skip through here, so... see if he'll be able to find this loot this time, because, again, this gold medal looks like it's just the worst loot to try to find.
Yeah, like, these matches are, like, the most interesting thing, because literally everything can happen, even if it's, like, if someone is in EP5, like, one loot can make some really big difference.
Yeah, because in episode 5, you have to get the loot. You can't just go 10 minutes and say, oh, I want to skip this and finish the run there. So that's really where you can make up a lot of time, but also that's one of the easier episodes to get the loot in, just because it's so much more common at that point. But again, it's all random, so I mean, you could sit there and get the loot in three guards, or you could sit there for 20 minutes and just not get it.
Yeah, even though it's like the easiest loot to get, you can get a really bad EP5, and we've seen examples of that.
Yeah, I think we've had... I think actually we've had 2 really close matches, which I believe were Baconman... Yeah, Baconman and the Canuties, where they both got the tiebreakers for those and had to win off coins. And I think those were both really quick loots too, and I think one of them was with Bentley, if I remember right, which was even like just so much better. Everybody's talking about how bad the loot is with Bentley.
Yeah. We just saw Baconman get the gold pen, but since he's already in EP2, it doesn't count.
Yeah, we can't get the retroactive loot.
Yeah, it almost seems like a typical thing to happen whenever you warp to EP2, that you just immediately get a gold pen, and then when you're warping to EP3, you get a gold medal, and it just continues like that.
Yeah, the Sly Loot Gods just said, you know, you might not be able to find it here, but what if we gave you the courtesy to at least show you it? But
RNG gods are playing with us.
yeah, RNGesus said, you might win, but I'll decide.
So they actually have a good amount of time left, and looks like they have collected a lot of guards already. I think they both have like a really good pace on them.
Yeah, and I also think Gems is coming up to the point where he can skip fairly soon. I wasn't perfect on the time, but I think it was around 5. Yeah, okay, I was roughly around 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, there he goes. Looks like he's going to episode 3, and he's not going to even try to get the gold medal there, so...
Yeah. So, next loot for Gems is the large gold bar here. And I don't have any statistics on this, but I think it's a little bit easier than the gold medal as far as the matches we've seen.
Yeah, from what I can tell, this one is the one that... It's kind of like the episode 1 loot. You're either going to get it pretty quickly, like you have really good chances during the entire time to get it, but it's either you get it really quick, or you probably don't get it still. But I do remember a couple runners getting it really quick. But yeah, so Gems, like I said, going to the hangars and just kind of getting spawns here. I think it's one of the easier places, just here in the couple windmills, and then maybe running back and forth across the river. But I'm not really too sure. This is one of the episodes I'm not too well versed in, like where the good guard spawns are.
Yeah, I guess you can also loot by the rat or the wolf. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not a Sly 3 gamer, but it's also a little bit risky.
Yeah, and that's one of the parts that kind of suck about it, because being around the wolf, you really don't know whether it's just gonna aggro onto your guard, whether like you're on the last pole and then he just kills your guard. And, you know, if you had the loot, that feels even worse.
Yeah, for sure. Baconman has he can skip at about 20, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah, roughly. He pretty much skipped as soon as he could get through.
Yeah. It was like some seconds after that he skipped.
Yeah.
It's like 10:03 or something, I think.
Yeah, it was somewhere like just after 10 minutes, so. But, you know, we've only got one loot so far, so let's hope Baconman can at least, you know, get some mercy from the loot gods.
Yeah, I've seen some really good DP4 lately, so I definitely think that some of, at least one of these runners will get a loot in EP4, I believe.
Oh wait, so Baconman is on PS2 console. I thought he was on emulator.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, he's not
didn't
on
pay attention.
emulator.
I didn't pay attention to that because I thought someone said he was on emulator the first time, and I just assumed that now.
No, he is on console.
Ah. So, you know, again, we kind of talked about that at the start. but I think like between PS2 and PS3 emulator, I don't really know what the difference is between those and which one is better to use, and I think that people have said PS3 is probably better, but I feel like between the consoles at least, that of course PS2 is a little bit slower, and I feel like playing on the PS2 console is gonna have a little bit more of a disadvantage time-wise, but I still feel it's not that much unless you are, you know, at that point really like spamming the reload code.
Yeah. I would think that the PS3 is a little bit better. Oh, Gems gets the luck again.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was
So
what, 4 minutes
things
in
are
this
looking
time?
really bright for him now.
Yeah, he's looking really good here. That's it's just RNGesus. So yeah, things were looking pretty decent, but yeah, things are looking a little bit worse now because you know, since we have 2 loots, even to get to tiebreakers, Baconman has to get 2 loots and also catch up to within the time limit.
Yeah, but if he gets one in EP3, he definitely has a really good chance of winning this as well.
Yeah, yeah, even if he has to skip the second episode, because, like we've said, this is just an awful overall loot to get.
If anyone didn't know that, skipping an episode, if you haven't got the loot within 10 minutes, that's 3 minutes added, I believe, to the final time.
Yes.
So if you haven't found anything within 10 minutes, you can always like loot an extra guard or something. But it can be really worth it to skip since it's only 3 minutes. You can see that Baconman is warping to EP3 now. So they are 1 episode between each other.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate that it just feels like, to me, it feels so bad not getting a loot for 20 minutes and then going, man, I have to skip, you know, 2 of these and add 6 more minutes to my time, and it's just like so disheartening to me, but you know, spirit of the game, I guess. Spirit of the category.
You can get so unlucky in this game, so I mean, getting 1 loot already is really good.
But yeah, so I think episode 4 is another one of those episodes where there's not really a set best loot path, and especially between like the Murray and the Sly players. So it looks like a lot of the Murray players just kind of sit in one area because of, you know, the verticality of episode 4. Versus, you know, we see Gems now, he's literally crossing the entire map and really making pretty efficient passes. I think so, at least.
Yeah, and isn't EP4 also a really big map compared to the other ones?
Yeah, EP4 is definitely on the larger side of the maps, since it's got, you know, the 3 different areas, really. It's got that little island where the hideout is, and then it goes up to that gigantic tower, and then goes up to Treasure Palace, and then just whatever's left of that right side over there near the bell. But I feel like it's a lot larger. It might really not be as large as I feel, but to me it definitely feels like it's probably the largest map.
Yeah, it feels like a big map.
I really do think it is large though, because if I think about it in perspective of like, if I were to try to fit like episode 2 or 3 into episode 4, I feel like like episode 4 still has a lot more room because of where it's got the river running through it too. So that they had to build around that, and that just adds a lot more depth to the map.
Yeah, for sure. If we don't include the sea in episode 5, of course.
Yeah, of course. Episode 5 having the having the sailing section is definitely the largest place in the game. Also, seen quite a few medium diamonds for gems already, which is a big tease because that's something we've seen a couple times where a lot of runners have just gotten the gems for the loots, and it really does look like sometimes they kill the guard and it looks like they have a large diamond, but of course they will know better than me because I have not been practicing for optimal loot.
Yeah, me neither. And it was also like a really long time ago I played Sly 3.
Yeah. Which, you know, summer coming up. I'm hoping that we get more Sly 3 runners because Sly 3 is my favorite game. Please run Sly 3.
Yeah, Sly 3 is really good.
I feel like this is one of the like games where instead of like full game runs a lot of times, we get a lot of like MTCs for the most part instead of full game, which I mean, to be fair, MTCs are a lot easier to, you know, grind out a million of versus, you know, copy pasta something 6-hour run.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm hoping that summer, you know, I hope to grind some of the Sly games out because I've only been in the community for like almost a year now. It's been like 10 months.
Yeah, same. In June it's been a year since I submitted my first run.
Yeah. Also, just while we have a second, I'm thinking about it. So, just for those who don't know, or for those who already know, just to go back over it. So, for the winners of this tournament, we have that whoever wins first place gets $100 from our boy Dieter, who really wanted to do something for the community, and really just wanted to have some kind of random, you know, not just throw skill into the mix and say, hey, you know, whoever's the best gets this. He wanted some kind of random event and said, hey, optimal loot. So now we have this, which I think is probably going to become a category at some point too, some category extension. But
yeah, that would be cool.
But
and like, even if you're not that good at this game, you still have a really good chance to win, even if you don't know how to do the push boosts and stuff like that with Sly.
yeah,
Still have a really good chance of winning.
Yeah, but first place winner is gonna get $100, and the second place winner is going to get $50 plus whatever the donations are to the SlyGolds channel. So that's a really nice motivator for people to go practice.
The third one I think was a gifted sub to SlyGolds.
Oh yeah, right. We had the inclusion of a third.
So I think Baconman can skip EP3 soon. Is that right, Kilo?
Yeah, as soon as just after 30 minutes, he should be able to. I believe so, at least. I'm roughly on the time. Seeing as Gems is really getting a lot of loots, but it just not getting the large diamond. And Baconman's in the wolf area, and again, let's hope he doesn't get a guard with loot and pull the wolf over. because that just really hurts.
It seems really scary to be looting where the wolf is.
Yeah. So
The guy takes a lot of damage, right?
yeah, the wolf is pretty quick, and he's really annoying to get rid of.
And I think someone's said that when you die in Sly 3, the game doesn't load. So
Right. Yeah,
you know, it's not the same as
die,
loading, and you have all the guards, you know, at place again.
yeah, whenever you die in Sly 3, you just kind of get sent back to the hideout, and you don't get the benefits of loading like you would in Sly 2. So let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure really soon. Oh yeah, Gems is just skipping forward now. So
Yep.
so he's 2 and 2 on the loot, or I guess two for getting a loot and 2 for skipping at this point. So
Yeah, this is a really good opportunity for Baconman.
yeah, like they're both equal on the time, but if you really can get like any of these loots and get to episode 5, as long as he can get 2, you know, well, really, it's unfortunate because he skipped these both. If he doesn't get the gold bar, then he really has to win on time.
Yeah, he has to collect the last loot pretty fast.
So we might see another wonder situation here where somebody just zooms through 2 loots and then gets the last little bit of the episode and just wins outright like that, which is such a nice comeback in most of the cases. Like, it hurts for the one person who's like, I've just been sitting in this episode for 5 minutes, and then someone comes in and gets it in 10 seconds.
Yeah. Someone says in chat that if Gems pulls a Rude, you know, it can be good for Baconman as well. But there's no Carmelita to loot in EP5.
Oh yeah, he did it for the fans in episode 1, that's right. Man, if only.
Maybe we can see Baconman going out on the seas today.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That was what Power Man did. And
Yeah, that was such a king move, honestly.
yeah, like he talked about
I'd love
it.
to see it.
He talked about it in while he was commentating, and then the next day he did it.
Yeah.
The madman.
Yeah, the king himself.
Oh, we spent 15 minutes in episode 5 apparently. Yeah, that's the part I missed. I had to leave after episode 3, so I wasn't sure what happened. But at that point, I was like, oh, Rude's just ahead by a lot. But you know, optimal loot.
It's kind of just EP5 doing a little trolling.
Ooh, and wow,
Hey.
there's the large diamond for Baconman. Literally, literally right after he warped.
Yeah, now it's looking, you know, kinda good again. If Gems has a, like, let's say, for an example, 15-minute EP5, Baconman can definitely, you know, win this.
Yeah, and he has to finish, at this point, since he's 3 minutes behind, he has to finish 3.5 minutes before Gems does. So, and that's just a win, because of course if he finishes within that 30 seconds outside of that 3 minutes, they go to the tiebreakers. And as you have to get the final loot to be able to end the run, Gems will have one more loot than Baconman, so.
Yeah, the movement in EP5 seems really fun as well. It's like, I don't know, the map itself seems really good for movement, except for the rooftops.
Yeah,
If
I
we
kind
compare
of
to like EP2 or something like that.
yeah, I kind of think that as well. I think the main issue with episode 5 is just that. Oh wow! And then
Is
there's
that a
Baconman
large
getting
diamond?
that large
It's a
diamond.
large diamond. Okay, guys.
So he has
The
just
clock
run
is
up the
ticking.
floor.
Let's go.
So Gems has almost until 37 something. I was not super accurate on the clock, but
Yeah, I think that's correct.
looks like 37:02. So
So,
wow.
Congratulations to Baconman.
Yeah, so 37:32 with that added 30 seconds to just outright win it there. Wow, but yeah, congrats on getting, look, like I said, just getting those 2 loots back to back as soon as he got to the later episodes. If he just
Yeah,
had
this
one
is-
more.
This is like a great example on how these matches can end up. However the game feel like.
Yeah, which is, again, I mean, it's all RNG. You see that Gems has been getting loots like crazy with, you know, just being able to get across the map so quick with Sly's movement, but it doesn't matter when you just don't get the loot to spawn.
You know, I gotta say it's really satisfying to see all these push boosts. It's just something with it. It's really satisfying.
It's just such a smooth, like, movement, you know? It just feels good to do, too.
A real Craigasm moment.
But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting next, minute and a half, or, yeah, roughly minute and a half. But let's see if he can do it, because he keeps reloading here, which I think people have been reloading episode 5 if they've been doing a full cycle back around. So maybe that's the tech here, but I guess it's also probably a little bit harder to get the guards to spawn, since a lot of people do just check these 2 little main squares here up around the boat, and then just kind of reload if there's no guards around.
Yeah, most of the guards seem to be hanging out around the safe house. It's probably a good idea to reload whenever you're out of guards with loot in one specific spot.
Yeah, and we're coming up on just under a minute for your Gems to try to get this large diamond. So we've got some panic going on.
He seems to be speeding up.
Yeah, he's really just trying to get as many guards as he can, but it's not looking great.
Yeah. So far today we've seen a lot of watches, a lot of small diamonds, and a lot of medals as well.
A lot of loot outside of what it should be. Also, I don't think that we got any gold medals outside of episode 2. Yeah, and I think it's already past the 37:32. So
It's
Baconman's
looking
won.
really bad.
Wow. Yeah. So skipping 3 loots. Look, and my thing is, he skipped those loots immediately. As soon as it ticked over, Baconman was out.
Yeah.
There's Gems getting trolled by another medium diamond. But yeah, this is just really unfortunate. I mean, he's had so many guards that he's had loot opportunities on, and just no diamonds.
JX7 does the rude handshake Gems, and that was exactly what I thought about. It's gonna be an EP5 gang after this tournament is over.
Yeah, everybody started talking about it, and of course it happens. Wow, man, there's all these collects all these troll diamonds, man. It's just so unfortunate to see it. But, jeez. Yeah, maybe Bacon did get a gold medal in episode 3. I wasn't too sure. I was kind of trying to hop back and forth, but I think overall we did get every loot, just spread out. But yeah, again,
Seems
no
like
one.
Baconman has won.
Yeah, it looks like
So it
Gems
would
is
look like, yeah.
Gems is giving up finally.
So we're gonna welcome the runners now into the
Yep.
chat.
Gems and Bacon Man, welcome back.
Hello, hello.
How do you think the match was going? Like overall?
I'm gonna start. EP4 and 5 were really, really, really bad. EP3 was okay. EP2 was really bad. After EP3, I thought I had like a fighting chance, but again, you never know.
Yeah, you had a really good start, I gotta say.
You had an amazing start. And then, of course episode 2 happened. Episode 2 always happens.
Yep.
But you got I think a loop under 4 to 5 minutes roughly in episodes 1 and 3, and then it just RNGesus did not have faith.
Yeah. Baconman, do you have any comments on your run?
Oh boy. That start was as bad as the last one, but then the EP4 and 5.
Yeah, it kinda came in clutching it in the last second.
Yeah. The first ever loot in EP4 was the big diamond, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the very first loot in episode 4 was the diamond.
And then just a minute and a half for EP5.
Yeah, you got those 2 loots. We were talking about it the entire time. Like, you might have to skip these, but if at the end, we've seen it happen quite a few times so far, where it's someone gets this lead and someone's behind because they had to skip 2 or 3 loots, but they just come in the last couple episodes, they just get take a minute or less to get the loots, and then they just win. It's just such a crazy chain of events that happens.
Yeah. Similar thing happened in my last race with Powerman.
We were actually talking a little bit about that, if you're gonna take the ship out on the sea after Powerman did that, since he got really lucky with the large diamond, but he stayed on land.
Yeah. I don't like water. I can't swim,
True.
Oh yeah. Murray can't swim. Sad.
Murray
Also, I can't even
never-
play as Murray on the ship, so no point.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Murray never learned how to swim, and Sly4 didn't happen.
Pretty much.
Something like that.
But, any more comments to the runs? How you guys felt during it? Just how you felt the run was going. Like, felt great about it. And then, Gems episode 4 came. You said just kind of fell off with the loots. And then episode 5 just. We were talking about how many loots you got. So many times you just like. The movement with Sly is like crazy. How quick you can get around, and how many guards you can get to spawn. But it's just, RNG. That's all I've got to say for that.
Yeah, it was a GG. Congrats to Bacon, man.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, it was a very nice run from both of you.
Yeah. Thank you for your participation. Okay, so yeah, that was actually everything we had today. It was an interesting match to follow. Many unpredictable things happened, so it's always exciting to see. So the next match in round 2 will be tomorrow, I think. Nave will have to...
Yes, it is tomorrow. And yeah, we'll have to have Nave post the time. But for me, it's in the afternoon, so it's an hour after the run today started. So
Yeah. So for me, it's 8 p.m. I don't know what the time zone is. I know for people in Finland, it will be 9 p.m.
oh yeah, it's just about 24 hours from now, since it's almost 2 o'clock for me. So yeah, and tomorrow's run will be Avatar versus Shadows. So that'll be a really fun match as well.
Yeah. And of course, it will also be broadcasted to the SlyGolds Twitch channel. So
Yeah, so come back tomorrow. Meet back here, 24 hours, and then we can go crazy again in chat.
yeah, it will be fun.
Yeah, but if
So I want to thank you, Killa, for doing a great job with the commentary with me. It was really fun, really a great time.
I enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have an exciting game then as well.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to thank our runners once again for the entertainment today. They were both great runs. But if we don't have any more comments, then I think that'll be it from us.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.